Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for Islandia to present here. In tonight I want to presentation about my portfolio and my final project. First, the portfolio. Maybe I want to introduce myself. My name is Fikri Walibasa. I'm from Pariaman, West Sumatra. I was born on January 25th, 2006. Yes. About me, this is a personal about me. I'm educated to network engineer, certificate in MTCNI, which in advertising configuring computer and system. Particularly within Cisco and Microtik, implements my technical proficiency cover SPM, static routing, VLAN, VPN, and network troubleshooting. Honey truck, intensive hands-on labs, and continuous self-learning. I'm committed to thoroughness and strict time management in every project, eager to stay current with technological innovation, and I am to contribute efficient and reliable solution in the IT industry. About my education, my vocational school is in SMK Negeri Pariaman in 2021 to 2024. And now is 2025 in IDN Polytechnic. Experience. And my experience is I is a network construction in internship in PT Telkom Sepada in January to April 2023. And in the last month, I was a network camp trainer in the IDN Polytechnic program. My skill, I have a skill right here. Is with Microtik and dentistry. In Microtik, I'm specializing in Microtik network infrastructure. I delivered end-to-end solution, providing wireless setup, robust firewall security, and optimized traffic control. Queue management, my routing is advertised cover static and dynamic SPM. Protocol complement to by strong skill in bridging LAN configuration and creating secure tunnel connection between remote sites. And dentistry is proficient in deploying and managing advanced network simulation. And for man using dentistry, I utilize to choose platform to design complex network topologies, validate configuration script, conduits, readers, and pre-deployment to testing.
Okay, enough. Next page.
Okay. And this is my certificate. This is TCNI and this is Treasure, my book. There's a cracking the TCNI. This book is comprehensive to reference to anyone who wants to about learning network using.
Just go to the next page. You can explain it later.
Yeah.
Go to the next page.
This is the project about which director. It's basic interest, HLS, deploying SPF, and BGP reflector. And history my class. This about I'm teaching trainer right here, and this about class and my certificate. And it's this event the 86. That's my contact. And thank you.
Okay, before explaining your final project, do you want to keep using English or you just want to change to Indonesian?
I want to try with English.
Okay, but our time is only 20 minutes, so make it simple and make it fast.
Okay.
Referensi saya diambil dari modul metode saya, sama dari modul
Then we start in
saya dari networking, dari beberapa
house is
dari
I go to Dr. Isi. And Dr. Isi, first is and Dr. Isi, and book one is to introduce Mikrotik, what is history Mikrotik, and predict Mikrotik. Book two is basic Mikrotik, what is network models, internet protocol, line model, TCP IP layer, protocol, port, and MAC address, IP address. IP address I writing about the IP version 4 because IP version 6 I want to ngerti and that's subnetting how to calculate the subnetting class J and the calculate IP subnet. In block 2 I have that one is access routing, and two is how to give the name in router. That 3 is how to see the information resource and licensing in networking. And 4 is see the features in routing and function. And 5 is enable, disable, and uninstall package in routing. Step 6 management meteorology. Step 7 is how to connect the host to the internet in Mikrotik.
Okay, just scroll down and tell me how many chapters your book have.
In my chapters,
Yes, how many chapters there are in your books?
I have 9 chapters in my books.
And how many pages?
My page is 268. The last page about the page.
And how long does it take to make your book? How long you make your book?
It's 1 month per week. I forgot that. That is 1 month.
And how about the references and source? Where do you get it? Where do you get the reference to make your book?
Our reference, I got in the Kemo module, and the other in website like Citraweb and Idea Developers, other.
Let me see the daftar pustaka page.
I asked to open source in AI, 3AI, to search about the material.
Okay, now go back to daftar isi. And explain to me one material. You can pick whatever, but don't pick basic configuration or basic material.
I'm going to take chapter 6 is network management.
Okay. Which material? DHCP or hotspot?
It's maybe DHCP, hotspot, and IP band.
Okay. Jelas kan?
First, what is the DHCP in the network management? The DHCP is a dynamic host configuration protocol. It's a protocol in the network is functioned to give IP address or other information like subnetmask, gateway, DNS server is automatically to other device. It's connect with here. There. In the DHCP is have four it's spell that name is a Dora. This one is a discover. The client want to the IP to the server. And two is over. The second server is respond and find the available IP to give the client. And Drugas is client get the IP address from the server, and for this acknowledge the server is confirmation about his his IP address and configuration network is work. And for this the connection to build or the discover over from the server and trying to request again, and the server is acknowledge the address. This jadi keuntungan menggunakan DHCP sendiri itu dia lebih mudah dan cepat. Jadi konfigurasinya sendiri itu tidak terbatas dengan waktu yang lama. Kita harus mengkonfigurasinya seperti statik. Jadi DHCP sendiri itu langsung otomatis memberikan IP kepada device lain atau klien. Terus dia itu juga meminimalkan kesalahan jika terjadi penggunaan alamat IP yang sama. Terus dia lebih efisien dalam manajemen daripada IP statik karena dia mengenerate atau membuat alamat IP secara otomatis, dan itu sangat efisien terhadap waktu yang terus dia fleksibel, dia bisa dirubah-rubah atau dikonfigurasi lagi menggunakan DNS server atau menggunakan DHCP server. Di kekurangan sendiri itu dia harus tergantung pada server. Jadi misalnya server mati atau server itu spesifikasinya tidak mumpuni, itu bisa terjadi malfunction atau the device atau alat tersebut itu panas. Jadi penyebaran itu tidak merata atau tidak terjadi. Terus keamanan sendiri, jadi karena dia menggunakan launch DHCP server, karena dia menggunakan dynamic, jadi itu diatur oleh server sendiri. Jadi tingkat keamanan itu kurang terpercaya atau kurang. Jadi jadi itu pencurian server DHCP pada klien. Jadi DHCP sendiri itu mempunyai 3 komponen. Komponen utama yaitu ada tiga komponen utama, itu DHCP server itu sebagai pemberi alamat IP atau pengatur jaringan secara otomatis. Biasanya itu mengolah daftar alamat IP yang bisa dibagikan, terus menyimpan informasi jaringan seperti gateway, DNS, subnet, terus memproses permintaan dari perangkat klien melalui DORA. Terus ada DHCP client itu dia mengirimkan permintaan atau dan menerima peraturan IP dari server DHCP sendiri. Jadi dia mengirimkan DHCP discover ketika terhubung ke jaringan, terus dia menawarkan IP dari server sendiri. Dia juga memastikan pengguna alamat IP dengan mengirimkan pesan DHCP request. Terus ada DHCP relay, yaitu membantu mengirimkan pesan kepada DHCP antar klien dan server yang berada di jaringan yang berbeda. Biasanya menerima pesan DHCP yang dikirimkan secara broadcast oleh klien di jaringan lokal, terus mengirimkan pesan tersebut secara langsung ke DHCP yang berada di jaringan lain dan mengembalikan jawaban dari server klien yang diminta.
Oke, cukup, mungkin saya langsung ke pertanyaan aja. Ya, scroll atas dulu. Oke, cukup. Agak bawah. Oke. Di bab mengenai kekurangan DHCP itu ada potensi keamanan, potensi serangan seperti rogue DHCP server. Nah, itu kira-kira bisa tolong lebih dijelaskan lagi maksudnya rogue DHCP server itu apa dan gimana caranya biar potensi keamanan ini bisa kita atasi apabila kita pakai DHCP di jaringan.
Jadi karena di DHCP kan otomatis membuat generate secara otomatis, jadi kalau alamat IP itu tersebar, itu alamat tersebut gampang dicuri atau diambil. Terus cara mengatasinya, orang ini biasanya buat DHCP tersebut buat lingkungan yang tidak mencakup internet atau luar hal-hal luar. Jadi dia cuma misalnya di ISP sendiri itu cuma bagian yang kurang lebih kurang paham tentang tentang cara pencurian dari keamanannya DHCP.
Oke, coba scroll bawah lagi. Oke, cukup. Nah, untuk DHCP relay itu kira-kira di situasi apa kita biasanya pakai atau memanfaatkan DHCP relay daripada DHCP server di jaringan sendiri? Maksudnya kan biasanya kita ya kalau bikin DHCP server di perangkat yang ada di jaringan lokal. Nah, itu kan di situ tertulis kalau DHCP relay itu dia ibaratnya kayak perantara ya, ketika DHCP servernya ada di jaringan lain. Nah, kapan kita harus pakai DHCP server yang dia itu ada di jaringan lain?
Jadi cuma mengetahui di DHCP server dan klien. Relay itu belum terlalu paham.
Oke. Kemudian terkait DHCP server nih, kira-kira selain router, perangkat apa yang dia bisa dijadikan sebagai DHCP server?
Yes, with the level.
Sweet layer 3. Satu lagi coba kasih saya contoh. Selain sweet, selain router, apa lagi?
Just point.
Supaya
Just point.
cukup. Oke, bisa ditutup aja.
That's all from me. Maybe just have enough to just do this presentation. But that's all my best to the presentation. Thank you for attention, Mr. Leader. I close the presentation. Yes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Terus